Good evening, friends. This is G. Krishnan. It was a wonderful evening at the C.K. Naidu Hall of the Cricket Club of India. The event was the launch of the book of former India opening batsman, former India coach, former India selector, a member of the Cricket Administrative Committee or the Cricket Improvement Committee, CSG of the BCCI, which selected the coach of the Indian team. So he is a man who has held many posts. Aunshuman Gaekwad is also known for his guts, bravery, and the fight that he gave to the West Indies bowlers in particular. He was one who wouldn't run away from an attack, and he took blows on his body during his playing days. The famous one being the Test series in the West Indies in 1976, when West Indies began their dominant pace quartet under the captaincy of Clive Lloyd. So the event was the launch of the book, as I said. It's called, and it's named aptly, Guts Amidst Bloodbath. So this is the book of Aunshuman Gaekwad. The book was launched in an event that was in the presence of his very good close friends and India colleagues that included 6 former India captains: Sunil, Gavaskar, Gundappa Vishwanath, Dilip Vengsarkar, Kapil Dev, Ravi Shastri, and Sachin Tendulkar, the former India captains who were present. Also present were Bharat Reddy, Nayan Mongia, Carson Ghavri, Zaheer Khan, all former India cricketers. And it was a fantastic event, an evening to remember. It was full of anecdotes shared by Gavaskar, Vengsarkar, Vishwanath, Ravi Shastri, and what made Aunshuman Gaekwad such a popular character, popular figure. And also, in the end of this video, Gaekwad himself talks about what made him become a test opening batsman after he started as an off spinner for Baroda in the late 1960s. So this is the story of Aunshuman Gaekwad, and this video is all about the anecdotes and the moments that his close friends, teammates have shared with Gaekwad in his 40 test career, 55 years of service to Indian cricket. And one thing that has to be remembered is Gaekwad is known for his guts. Of the 40 test matches that he has played 22 against the fearsome pace bowling of the West Indies. The statistics may not do justice to what Gaekwad was all about for Indian cricket. Thank you.
And then right up to one of the batsmen who scaled the heights or the highest peaks, had the record for the most runs and the most centuries. A bowler who had the most wickets by anybody in Test cricket. Somebody who's made 300s at Lords. And then of course we've got somebody who scaled even more heights as the batsman. 200 test matches. Okay, guys.
Good evening, everybody. I think to see such a turnout actually tells you how well liked Aunshuman is in the world of cricket, and particularly Indian cricket. And that's understandable because he has given Indian cricket everything as a player, as an administrator, as a coach, as a selector, you name it. He's done everything, and therefore to see not just players from his time, but also players just after his time is a tribute to how well liked Anshu is. Anshu was my opening partner, and we've had some pretty interesting times. Is the way to describe it. To the best of my knowledge, the fact that the reason that he's asked me to come down here is that between the two of us, we never got each other run out. So, otherwise, that thing sort of lingers with you. Arey, tu mala run out kela tha, you got me run out, etc. So I don't think that ever happened. So I think that's why we are still on talking terms still. On terms where, we can pull each other's legs. But I remember my uncle Madhav Mantri coming and telling me about Anshuman. This was, I think he was that time a West Zone selector, and he had gone to see a Ranji Trophy match where Anshu was playing as an off spinner, and he saw him and said, he really bowls well. He's not one of those who will give the ball a lot of air, but he's got a very good drifter, the one that goes with the arm. And he said he can bat a bit as well. This was, of course, I'd already played for India by then, but Anshu had not yet played. And within a year, I think he had played for India. Played for India as a lower order batter. And the way he battled against the West Indies, just now I think Ayaz mentioned the fact that he went into bat in his debut innings where Tiger Patoli had been hit by Andy Roberts' bouncer. His chin had opened up, there was blood all over, and Anshu went into bat in that situation. It's never easy in a situation like this. When you're taking guard, when you look down and you see blood down there, it can be something that can cause a lot of worry, cause maybe apprehension in your mind as to what are you doing down here. But not only did he bat well against that attack, Andy was in his form, and he was really bowling well. And of course, he had the support of GRV over there. So Vishy and he sort of steadied the Indian innings, and that was where India started to come back, because we lost the first two test matches. But that partnership helped us to put up a decent total on the board, and then we won that test match in Kolkata. The next test match again we won, and there on Anshuman's career started. In the next test match, of course, he got run out on 80. Again, he was batting down the order, and I think he was trying to keep the stride, and he went for a second run, which was a tight second run. And I think, as they generally tell you, when the ball goes to the peak position, if a fast bowler is manning that position, never take a quick run against a fast bowler's throwing ball. And that's what happened. He tried to do that because at the other end was a lower order batter, and he wanted to take the strike so that he can protect that lower order batter. And I think from there, we started to realize what a fine player, not just what a fine player he was, but what a good thinker of the game he was. Because somebody who can do that to try and protect your teammate who's not as accomplished a batter just tells you, how good a player you are. So I think from there on, I think Anshu cemented his place in the Indian team. We went to New Zealand and West Indies. It was a twin tour then. And that is where I think Anshu got his nickname Charlie. I don't know how he got that nickname Charlie. I think Vishen Bedi gave him that nickname. No, whatever it was. That was the tour where we saw a lot of hospitals. A lot of the players saw a lot of hospitals. In the third test of that New Zealand tour, I was fielding at forward short leg, and I got hit on the cheekbone. I had a fractured, broken cheekbone. I was taken to hospital then, and so therefore, with the experience of me being going in an ambulance, where because I'd been hit on the cheek, but there was blood coming from my ears. So I think the doctor got a bit worried, the New Zealand doctor, and he told P. Krishnamurthy, who was in the reserve, he was a reserve wicketkeeper, who was accompanying me in the ambulance. He was told to make sure that he doesn't close his eyes. If I close my eyes, I could slip into a coma or something like that. That's what the doctor said to Krishnamurthy. Now, when you're in pain and you're just lying down, and then suddenly you close your eyes, because that's what you do. You're lying down and you're in pain. And every 10 seconds, if you close your eyes, Krishnamurthy would shake your head. Sunny, aake khol re. Sunny, aake khol re. And I really, with that pain, I still wanted to give him one as well. Asking me, aake khol re, aake khol re. Anyway, that experience of being in an ambulance was perhaps the reason why, when Anshu got hit, Polly Umbriger, who was manager for both those stores, Polly Umbriger says, Sunil, in a subject, so Polly of course spoke to everybody in Gujarati. There's one famous story when a year down the road, when we were in Australia, and I happened to be sitting next to Sir Don Bradman, and my captain Vasu Paranjpet told me that if ever Sir Don Bradman comes, you must not leave his position. You must just sit and listen to everything and send me a letter as to what he has said. So I was sitting next to Bradman and talking about, he was talking about cricket, and next to him was the president of the South Australia Cricket Association. Next to him was Bishan Bedi, who was the captain. Next to him was Polly Umbriger. And Polly Umbriger, just leans back in his chair, and he says to me, Sunny, everyone ne puchni ki Vinu ke mato. It basically means that, ask him how good was Vinu Mankar. And so, because Sir Don was sitting on my left and Polly was on the other side, he heard that. And he asked me, what language was that, Sunny? So I said, that's Gujarati, but the Parsis have a different way of speaking. So he said, when we sat down at the beginning of the tour, when we sat down to discuss the playing conditions, Polly was talking to me in that language. And I had to tell Polly, speak in English. So, but anyway, so I went there, and with Anshu being hit on the head, that was never a pleasant experience. So the way he had been shaping up was unbelievable. We had won the previous test match. We chased 400 at that time, the record fourth innings score. So when we came to this last test match, series was 1-all. And so the West Indies were, and Clyde in particular was desperate, because they had just come in from a hammering by the Australians in Australia 5-1. And so he was desperate to keep his captaincy to win. So when we started, he won the toss and asked us to bat first. And at lunchtime on day one, I think we were together. They bowled quick bounces, etc. But we were together, unseparated. So at lunchtime, I think they must have had some discussion. Suddenly, the whole tactics changed. Suddenly, from after lunch, Michael Holding, everybody, Wayne Daniel, you name it, everybody just coming down the wicket, bowling 4 bouncers, 5 bouncers, and 1 beamer. And so it was baptism by, not baptism, it was, a test of fire. Both of us were just tucking and weaving as much as we could. Beamers were the difficult one. The beamers were not outlawed at that stage. And the pitch had a lot of bounce, a lot of carry, and sometimes the ball did get off a leg, which is what happened to Anshu. He just got off a leg. Before he could do anything, it had struck him, and we had to take him to hospital. And I was the Krishnamurthy in the ambulance there. But I hope I didn't. I didn't shake him and say, keep your eyes open or whatever it is. But the fact that Anshu showed the guts that he did is the reason every time that there was a series against the West Indies, Anshu was always, even if it was dropped, Anshu was always recalled to the team. So when it was West Indies, it was Anshu. When it was some other team, it was some other partner with me, but it was Anshu simply because of his guts. And so those are the guts that we have seen on the field, guts to speak his mind off the field as well, and which is the reason why he is what he is, a very well respected figure in Indian cricket. A figure who has contributed enormously to Indian cricket, and I'm so happy that this book will give an idea to those who probably don't know him as to what he has done, what he has achieved, and what he has contributed to Indian cricket. So I just want to say to Anshu, it's been a real pleasure to have played cricket with you. All the wonderful tours that we've had, great, some really memorable evenings, and I just want to wish the book every success, wish a lot of people read it, and we wish you and your family all the very best. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to write the foreword as well. Thank you.
It's amazing. I mean, he said it so graphically, he spoke for about 7-8 minutes, but
we are great friends to start with. And everyone started about his career and talked about his debut, So actually, I was at the other end when he came into bat, just before the previous ball of Captain Zaheer Khan got hit. And so I had to go that side and see what's happening, the blood coming from his chin, and so I just looked at him and he said, carry on. He just told me that you carry on wishing batting well. So he had to go out and retire. And I saw there the blood was there on the crease. Then I just looked at the pavilion, saw an youngster coming and making his debut. After seeing that Patowdy getting hurt, I felt a little nervous, yes. But when I saw this youngster coming up there, I didn't want to show anything to him, so I just dropped that whatever I could see, that blood. Because when he came in, obviously he take the guard, so we'll see that. So whatever I tried to hide that, so I just tried. Then he came there and I told him nothing happened. It's just one of those things. Actually, that's Tiger's mistake. It's not a bowler did it, so don't worry. Everything is settled. And I'm there next other side. Don't worry. You just carry on as you played before. This is just a test match, but you played enough cricket already. In first class cricket. So just think about that. That was the first. I met him and this is the word I just told him. So after that we never stopped talking about it. So we became very good friends and we played a lot of cricket together, Test cricket especially. He's talking about some secrets coming up now. So, but what it says, I saw it myself. It's in the book now, but I saw it from my own eyes, how he started and how he played his cricket. And absolutely one of the grittiest and bravest cricketer I've ever come across. Absolutely, like Sunil mentioned about 80 odd runs, that was at Chennai, yeah. And I scored 97 in the first innings, but still you are not winning. But that knock, actually second innings, 87, that was actually a winning score. for India, to win that test match. And of course, the rest, all the spinners got all the wickets, and that's how we won that match. And again, one more, that the last at Jamaica, the test match, Sunil already mentioned about how it went off, and the beamers and all these things. And actually, there's only one down we were, day one, and second day, doing just about last over, Mohinder, I think he got out and I went into bat. And the third ball, which I faced of Michael, just brushed me. Luckily, I covered my face, just brushed my glove. Went and, those who played there, it was sort of a brick, a side screen. I hit that, it came back. And then Michael, of his follow through, he just picked it up and went back to his. That was something, and then he immediately drinks interval. So I just asked Anshu, "Ba, kya hua ba? What happened to that ball? I didn't see." "Sir, since yesterday I've been playing, I don't know what's happening." Anshu said that. But still after that, till he got hit, he played, he took the blows all over his body and he still never flinched. That's why I always like bravest inning, because so many, till the ball hit him here, he had to retire. But otherwise, still then he got hit all over the body. He never ever said, that is pain there or anything, and never got away from the pitch. And, he always behind the ball. That's Gus, which I always mention. But all those who played with him mentions about his greatness. And that's the greatness of Anshu. And the friendship is still going on. We are roomies so many times. And like first West Indies tour, when Sunny made, he was my roommate. I don't know why after 2 matches, he just went off from my room. I don't know. I just only once I asked, "How is your sister?" And that's Thank you.
Actually, I met Anshu. I saw Anshu when we had gone to Indore, and it was selection track with the combined universities. I had heard about him from some players, and I noticed that I think he was batting with Mehtab special and with a long handle. And he got selected for Indian universities, and I think that was dropped. Me, Sandeep Patel, and Yashpal Sharma, I think we were dropped. And Anshu played, Anshu scored 100, and he played for India. And later on, of course, on the tour of New Zealand, I'll be sitting in the bar, everybody ordering their drink, and the bar girl asked him, "What can I say with Charlie?" I asked her, "Why you call him Charlie?" She said, "Because he's wearing specs." And that's how he was nicknamed as Charlie. Then in 1976, when I was injured, because he was injured in the last test match, and I was an off-striker, I think he and Sunil had a long partnership, and then Sunil got out, and Mohinder, I think, got out, and then Vishy got injured, Vijesh got injured, and I had a partnership with Anshu, and they were bowling bounces and beamers, and one ball, I just took off and hit him dead on the ear. I could see that I think he was really perturbed, and I said, "If you can go inside," and then I could see the blood coming out of his ear, and I called for ice, and Eknath Sulka was 12th man. Eknath Sulka came with ice, and And you are shouting, there's a blood, there's a blood. म्हटलं एकनाथ हळू बोल रे, आज आमची फाटली आणखी फाडू नको. But then Anshu didn't want to go inside. But there was a blood oozing out of his ear and he had to retire. But as everybody said that he was so gutsy and so courageous, I've seen that in Anshu. Anshu, the dear friend over the years, outstanding cricketer, outstanding captain as well. Because he stayed for many years. And of course won many matches for his state. I remember, but ekdam khadus, ekdam khadus. I remember I was batting on 200 once against Baroda, and I met I think edge one, and he was sending the slips, and it hit him on the shin. He said, "Rao, दोनशे batting करते अजूनही कट्ट्या मारताय काय?" That was Aunshuman. Anshu, all the best, very well done. Congratulations to his family members, his son and his wife, everybody is here. Very well done. Thank you.
Thanks, let's move on quickly.
Anshu and I have been friends from the 70s. I think I made my debut in the Ranji Trophy match where he was already established as a Ranji Trophy player. His captain, Sagarika Singh Baroda, is here, who was there. And since then, we've always had a very good relationship. I know about his guts, I know how many runs he gets. Yeah, he's troubled us, he's been my captain, he's been a colleague, he's been an opponent. But we've always had a very, very good relationship, even when we are playing against each other or off the field as well. But what I really admire about him is his concern for his family. He's so dedicated to his wife, Jyoti here, and his kids. And not only that, I mean, I remember at Chandigarh we were playing a match and he made us drive all the way to Ambala to your sister to see him. He said, how can I not do? And 200 miles, 150 miles to go and meet any of his family members, it was quite sort of casual for him. He would do it. And that's what I love about him, his integrity, his sort of family concerns and concerns about all the players. He would be friends. I think he's one of these cricketers who made friends with everybody, and he was always like he would, if there was any tussle, any issue, any problem, he went to Anshu to settle it down. I remember once we were playing a Wills Trophy match, and I think where's Kapil? He's gone off. It was the first time Kapil ever captained the side, and it was a Wills 11. And I think there was Gopal Sharma bowling, and he naturally wanted he was an off spinner who wanted a square leg. And Kapil naturally said, you can't spin the ball, so you bowl outside the off stump, you don't need anyone on the on. And we had to go to Anshu to get Kapil to accept in that whole tournament. We won the tournament, but Anshu was always the middleman we went to get things done through to Kapil and indicate to him. And that's what he was. He was always a mentor and a mediator as well. And thank you very much for our friendship, and it will continue, and thank you very much.
Thanks, Sunil. Let's move on.
Years on the board. I know Anshu for 45 years it was.
Yeah.
English and Scottish.
Yeah, that's how it goes. English and Scottish. The story was in '82 we played in England. I played in England, and Aunshuman played in Scotland across the border. That's why he still calls me English, and I call him Scottish. Anshu and me have been great friends. I got to know Anshu first in 1975 at the Dilip Trophy in Baroda. He was already a test cricketer at that time, and very approachable, a very nice guy. Being a first-class cricketer, you know, when you see test cricketers, you look up to them, and he was very responsive, always gave good advice, and from then on we became very, very good friends. I happened to play with him, and I happened to be a part of the partnership with Double 100 in Jalandhar. As part of that innings I played, we contributed to the score, both of us. It's been a wonderful time. I've had some great times with Anshu and his family, and he's a gentleman, I could say. Anshuman, you tell you that, and a very good person at heart. And he's helped a lot of cricketers, a lot of young players, and he's still in cricket. He still does a lot of work in cricket. And I wish him all the best, his family too, and have a good innings.
First of all, many congratulations on this book. I think it will give people an idea as to who you actually were. And 5.5 decades is a heck of a long time to be part of cricket. Anshu was my first captain when I played for West Zone. Sunny wasn't there in that Dilip Trophy game. I think it was against South Zone, which he was playing. And very quickly, you got along with him. There might have been a little bit of an age difference, but we hit it off like fire. And we played right through the 80s with each other. A lot of domestic cricket, and he was hard. He was hard as anything you get. He was tough. He was a fabulous reader of the game. His insight was very, very good. Hence, went on to do what he did with the establishment for many, many years. But I remember one innings of his here. It was at the Wankhede Stadium, which I still think is one of the finest domestic innings I've seen. It was against North Zone on a track that was doing a bit. The ball was moving with Madan, Kapil, they had a full side playing, and I think he got a brilliant 100. Where he left a lot. It did a lot. Unusual for Mumbai. It was something similar to the pitch we had in '79 for a Test match against England, and he was magnificent. But I had real fun with him in the West Indies because I was just 20 years of age. I would never sit in a room after a game because there were plenty of good things to do in the West Indies, not just the wine, not just the drinks. It was very colourful. You had plenty of pretty faces around in Trinidad and other part of the West Indies. So when Anshu became my room partner, till then he had a quiet series. He's getting his 30s, 40s, not really kicking on. And then he became my room partner for the last 2 Test matches. And I remember going out once and there were 4 or 5 guys sitting there, Yashpal, Ashok Malhotra, all these guys were sitting down there. Oh, you again going out and you'll come back late. I said, yes, that's my business. I'll go out, I'll do what I want, whilst as you guys will try and sleep at 9 o'clock and you won't be able to sleep because you'll be rolling up and down thinking of how many bouncers next morning from holding or from Marshall. Whilst I'm going to come and I'm going to chill and sleep. Charlie came with me a couple of times, and in both those Test matches, I think in the last 4 innings he got 350s. He played really, really well. But the time we had when we played for West Zone was the real the fun part of it, because you do the hard yards, when in domestic cricket, through train journeys, through bus journeys, through different parts of India, and you'd spend many an evening, over a drink or chat. And one thing with Anshu, he always spoke cricket. It was never a dull moment. There would be stories, there would be, which I'm sure you'll find in this book, a lot of good insight. But as a cricketer, as a human being, he's one of the finest human beings, I've seen in my cricketing journey. A real heart of gold, integrity unquestionable, and a friend. He'll keep to his word, and he will be in touch. Wherever he's around in Mumbai, or if I pass that way, we will catch up. But many congratulations once again. I think this is a book that will show you in true light, because guts is just another word for Anshuman. That stigma will always stay, as long as cricket is played in this country, especially for what he did in the West Indies. And good luck to the family, everyone who's contributed to this book. It's about time he's shown in true light. Thank you.
I switched it around a bit.
Good evening, everyone. A heartwarming congratulations to you, Anshubai. Just a privilege for me to speak here in front of everyone. There's a connect, and that connect goes actually beyond Baroda. You rightly mentioned that I played for Baroda. Before that, I was in Page Foundation that time. and Anshubai was there with the Indian team. So I think he was the first one who saw me before the whole wheel turned, and then the rest followed from there. Then for the Indian team also the same thing happened. So he was the coach there, and I had first the issue of running on the pitch. So I was not clearing the run up in the follow through. So there was some problems there, and Anshubai very smartly handled that. So in the nets, actually, if you remember Sachin in Chennai, there was a couple of practice games, and it was not practice games of sort. It was selection games for the Indian team. And if I had that issue and it persisted, I wouldn't have been picked. And obviously he had the inside info on that very clearly. And he came in practices. So every session he would come and he would pretend to set the field, and he would tell me that, you know what, you're still coming here. So this is the spot. This is the spot you're coming in. And this is going to, this can cost you the spot in the Indian team. So you need to rectify this. And I can't show you this, I can't show it openly, but I'm serious about this. But he would pretend as if तो स्क्वेअरलेगचा फिल्डर ना इकडे असा ठेवलं पाहिजे, but हे चालणार नाही. Like that he was talking. And it was amazing that, you know, how he managed to find a way of communicating exactly what is required for me without really letting everyone know and putting me under pressure. So that was something which stayed with me. He was there, my first coach in Kenya with the Indian team. His support was very valuable there for me. So I'm talking about the connect, you know. So this is just the base of the connect. The interesting thing is here, when I started dating my wife, Sagarika, she was suddenly out of the blue. I get a message from Anshubai saying, "I heard about you dating this girl. Are you serious about her?" So later on, I realized, and such a straight shooter that he is, and the connect is very interesting, but it was there, and I was showing Sagarika, I was like, I got a message, so this is like the test. If I pass this test, then we will not have any problem. And obviously that message was because of the fact that my late father-in-law had reached out to him and wanted to know my intentions about his daughter, and then he, without wasting time, just asked me straight, "Are you serious about the girl or are you not serious?" And I said, "Yes, I am serious about the girl." And, yeah, of course, I know. So we put it together. Of course, I got the whole history from Sagarika later. But yeah, I think, you know, so we have that connect, and I just want to wish you all the best with this book. You've been amazing. Thank you for your support throughout my cricketing career in whichever way, whenever it was needed. You're always there. So thank you for that, and I want to congratulate to your family as well for the book and the support. So yeah, wish you all the best. Thank you.
Going along with Anshuman, Indian domestic cricketer, but
Good evening, everyone. I think the first time I saw Anshubai was in Baroda. In the previous year, 87-88, I was part of the Mumbai Ranji team, but I did not play. The following year in Thane, we played against each other, Ranji Trophy. And I'm not going to talk here much about his guts because so many guys have spoken, and that's something that while we were growing up, our coaches also gave his examples. I was really fortunate to spend a lot of time with him, but he was at that time our coach. And there were a number of interesting interactions that we had. Possibly one of the better cricketing years of my life was when he was our coach, and we could have constructive discussion on my batting and the approach that I should have. There were a number of occasions where, you know, ups and downs are there in everyone's career, but he was always there, you know, a guiding force, someone who was honest, very, very transparent, and someone whom one could trust, that whatever one discuss would stay confidential, and that's an important quality for a coach. We really got to know each other very well. I remember in New Zealand, this was I think 98, 99 tour of New Zealand. We went out to a restaurant and I said, you know, order kariya pasta, chicken, whatever. I said, "Mala bland food आवडत नाही. Mala thoda spicy food आवडत." I said, "We call the chef." I said, "Tabasco sauce salad." He said, "No, Tabasco sauce and all is no good." So he calls the chef. He says, "What is this? The spiciest chili sauce that you have?" He says, the chef says, "Would you be able to handle it?" He said, "It's really, really spicy." So I said, "Okay, make it as spicy as possible and bring it." So he brings the sauce. I tasted little bit, and with my entire meal, I could barely manage quarter of a spoon. And the same sauce, I think Anshu Bhai had finished 2 bowls of that. 2 bowls, and the chef couldn't believe it. So that's when I realized it was not just the fiery bowling that you could handle, but also the food. The following week, he said, "Ari, my family pade hai, and you were there." I said, "My family la sangto, we'll cook some nice food." I was tense. I said, "Bland food for us, huh?" Because I had seen what he could handle. And then she tried her best. We also enjoyed the food. But let me admit on a lighter note, we almost went halfway to the moon and came back. Tumsa bland food was आमच्यासाठी वेगळं होतं सगळं. But you know, it's been truly wonderful to have interacted with you for so many years. You've helped me immensely, and we continue to have good relationships. So I really, really treasure that on this special day for a special person, because not so many guys would have been present here, and that in itself is a proof that, you know, we all value our relationship with you, and God bless you and your family, the best of health and happiness. Thank you.
Well, talking about my journey, it began in 1959 when my father was the captain of Indian team. And I was about 7 years old, and I used to go with my father as a ball boy to the ground. But thereafter, as the time went, my father stopped playing in '61. I was in school, but I was interested in cricket. I was not a cricketer. I was thin, slim, very scared of cricket ball. I used to run away from it. Anyway, 1966 was the first time that I played for Baroda in the inter-school Kuch Bihar Trophy, which we see an official BCCI match, the debut. That was 1966. Played as an off-spinner, nothing much. I got clobbered all over the place. Probably I played that time because I was D.K. Gaikwad's son as an off-spinner. I'm sure they would have been better. 1968, my father said, "Quit cricket. You better take studies," and that too, you know, higher maths and higher science and stuff like that, which I was not meant for. I still wanted to play, but I was no cricket by any chance. This was 68. 69, I went into university. That's the time, first time, me and Sunil, we played together in Jabalpur. Matting wicket. Matting, I wouldn't say wicket, there was no wicket. So there's an interesting thing I remember, Sunny, is Baroda playing against Mumbai University. And we had heard a lot about Sunny. Sunny was, you know, a star, upcoming star, and very well set at the university level. Now we were told that if Sunny gets on and gets 15, 20 runs, it's very hard to get him out. And we won the toss and said, let us field first. We had a bowler called Shaukat Juda. He was very quick in the air, if you tell him. He used to bowl really quick. So Sunny came opening and matting wicket. Ball used to fly down, keep low, anything would happen. Now this guy, when on bowling, looking at Sunny taking a stance, he started bowling slower and slower and slower. I was in the slips, I said, what the hell are you doing? बोला मियाँ अरे जाके दो जोर से ये आउट नहीं होगा, नहीं हुआ ना तो पूरा दिन फील्डिंग करना पड़ेगा. This will be 3-day game. So this guy goes back, comes running in and gives full throttle. Sunny, before his bat came down, 3 stumps went flying. It was sandy base. So you touch it, everything falls off. And Sunny refused to leave the crease. He said, we kept looking at the ball, looking at the wicket. Yeah, what is this? Where this come from suddenly? But anyway, that was one incident, 69, then I, from Jabalpur, then I played for Baroda and Ranji Trophy as an off spinner. 69, 70, 71, 3 years I played as an off spinner. I used to bat number 10 for Baroda in the Ranji Trophy. 72, there was turnaround when I became the batsman. From university, I got promotion from number 6 to 4 to 3. Baroda Ranji Trophy. My captain is here, he will vouch. The kind of him that he also promoted me. That was 72. 69 to 72, 3 years. This is what I would like to emphasize on. I keep telling the youngsters that there is nothing impossible. 3 years, 69 to 72, 3 years I became a batsman. 74 I played for India as a batsman.
Wow.
How does this happen? 1969 I came to see a test match here, England versus Australia. I saw Tiger, Abbas Ali Bey, Jai Sima, Abid Ali, Farooq Engineer. I was not allowed to get in, I was a non-stat. And my father, who could come and sit here. So he brought me till the reception where all the players used to go upstairs for lunch. And when I saw them, I always thought, oh my God, what an aura. When will I get a chance to be with them or shake hands with them? And here, 1974, I played for India and my first captain was Tiger, Patoli, Farooq Engineer, Abid Ali, Eknath Solkar, Sunny, and we had Vishwanath. We had already, played against each other. So this is how the life goes. Amazing, winning. 69, I was nowhere on the scene. And in 4 years' time, 5 years' time, I was playing for India. So anything can happen. And I thought it was a miracle. And let me tell you, I was so scared of fast bowling in the school. And 74, like Sunny said, or all of you know, once I played for India, never missed a West Indies series. I missed a lot of other series which are easier. But, well, that's how it goes. And the Test cricket went on 74 till 92. Me, Sunny, Vishy, like Sunny said, what we did. We are partners in crime on the ground, not off the ground, so don't worry. Vishy and me, we spent a lot of time together. And all of you, all of them who are sitting here and who are not there, the idea was to play cricket, enjoy. There was no money. There was nothing to do. Just evening get together. Bishan Singh Bedi was the one who used to ensure when he was captain that everybody gets in the bar at 7 o'clock. You drink, you don't drink. But you have to be there. That half an hour and the entire day's plays, post-mortem was done. They used to say, you got क्या easy कैच छोड़ दिया तू, कैसा आउट हो गया तू, ये क्या bowling करने का तरीका है, you know, all used to happen and everything was sorted out. So the career went on till for almost 15 years or whatever you call. I was fortunate that I got the opportunity. I had lovely support. Nothing happens in cricket, nothing happens without support. Well, I can vouch Sachin or Sunil or any one of them, Vishy, that they say it happened because of me. Sorry, it's wrong. There has to be somebody at the other end for you to do it. So, you may score, 500 runs, but you have somebody at the end who scored 20 runs for you to score those 500. So cricket is meant that way. And that's why I say, the kind of support I got was amazing throughout my career. Whether it is domestic cricket, local cricket, and international cricket. Fortunately, unfortunately, that time, if you look at it, we didn't have this support staff and coaches and stuff like that. Our manager was our coach. Before the match, we used to have a team meeting where we used to have tea, coffee, and discuss. There was no discussion about cricket or planning or anything of that sort. Just get together, off you go. All the planning, I would say, Sunny will agree, Vishu will agree, all of them will agree, was done on the spot, on the ground. Whichever batsman, whichever bowler, how to bat, how to bowl, how to get him out. Everything was done on the spot. Which meant that we had to think and be involved in the game all the time. With batting, bowling, fielding. There is no laptop cricket. Here you look at everything which is ready-made. How did I get out? How did I get LBW, pulled, beaten, whatever? Or why did I give so much run? Everything is ready, so you have everything. So you don't think so much, you always think, I go back, I'll know. To think that much little less. We didn't have that. Probably for good. But anyway, time flies, time changes, cricket has changed. So the cricket career went off. My 55 years is not just come like that, unless your support, everybody's support, the media, the friends, the officials, everyone, the family. But at the same time, I knew one thing, that we have to, sort of do your job sincerely, efficiently, and without self-interest. That's what I did, which lasted long. The big question asked every time by a lot of people, when you look at it, you talk about, coach, manager, Aunshuman Gaekwad, selector, Aunshuman Gaekwad, cricket advisory committee, Aunshuman Gaekwad, affiliation committee, Aunshuman Gaekwad. Everything is Aunshuman Gaekwad for what? Why? There's nobody. There are so many players who played more than Aunshuman. And they asked me this question. I said, don't ask me. I said, I don't know the answer. I said, you go and ask those who have asked me to do the job. I've never asked for any single job. They make me a selector.
Values are
No, whatever. So I said, it is not me. When I picked up, me, Kapil and Shanta Rangaswamy recently picked up Ravi Shastri as the coach of the Indian team. The story was that each one of us, one of the press guys called me, see the chick. He said, is it true that you have paid individually 5 crores each to pick Ravi Shastri by BCC? Like,
Give it to me. Bring it on.
So, I said, that's the answer. That is the answer, that I may be getting all these jobs to do various jobs, wear various hats in so many years. Could be one reason, that I don't demand money. Money is not everything. It's an honor, to do a job. And that was it. When I was a coach, there was no money. I had to get paid as a coach, same as the players. BCCI affiliation, Rishi was the chairman selection committee, I was with him. Sorry. No money. Your daily alarms, go, come back. Me and Rishi used to wake up at 5:30 in the morning and go and see the wicket. Ajit Vadekar was the one. It's a very tricky wicket. You go in the morning, both of you. So we got up at 5:30 in the morning, opened the curtain, it was dark. And the car was waiting. So we said, क्या बा ये क्या किधर जाने कौन सा विकेट देखना है सो जाओ कल देखेंगे. So journey has been good, lot of stress, strain, everything, you know, to gain there is a pain. And somehow I'm very, very happy and with no regrets as on today, with so many years involvement. I'm so grateful to all of you, especially my family, my parents, and not the least, Sunny, who agreed to take out time, though so busy with IPL commitments and writing the foreword. Rishi, who also wrote a foreword for me. I mean, I can tell Rishi and wake him up anytime. And all you guys legends who are present here, you came here, Sagarika Ghatge with my uncle, nice of him to come here too. And all of you, and especially let me not forget the media. Media has played a big part in my career. Be it any role that I've done, whether it's selection committee, whether as a player, as a coach, as a manager, as BCCI official, I have been, you know, I always believed, even when I was coach, I'm sure people here will vouch for it, that press media is doing their job. I'm doing my job as a committee member, as a coach, as a selector. It's their responsibility to get the information. It's my responsibility to give them the information. There is a very thin line, but how do you draw a line is up to you. I did that. Press was happy. I was giving them all the information because they need something to write for sure. Whether it's selection, whether it's game, day's play, whatever. And similarly, I got so much respect in return, so much help in return, so much advice in return, so much suggestions in return. We should go a long way, long way. Guys, I am overwhelmed seeing all of you here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.